For some people, waves are the best thing they know. The bigger, the better. For others, they can mean the difference between triumph and despair. Our story begins in 1974, the year ABBA won the Eurovision Song Contest with Waterloo. And speaking of water, here in Aarhus, in the Swedish county of Scania, Tommy Malmsten had an idea. An idea that would make life a little easier for a group of people who spend more time in the water than others. Swimmers. This is Tommy. Apart from being a very successful swimming coach, he's also the driving force behind the ideas that led to the creation of Malmsten. In 1974, Tommy was the coach for the talented swimmer Ann-Sophie Roos. She was allergic to the neoprene gaskets and swim goggles that were common in those days. Creative as he is, Tommy gave it some thought and came up with a solution that enabled the goggles to remain watertight without gaskets. The goggles were delivered unassembled for swimmers' individual adjustment and to keep up with the rapidly growing demand for the product. It did not take long before they became particularly popular in the USA, where people initially thought the product name was Monterbara, the Swedish word for assembly required, as this was printed on the package. But American swimmers soon started calling them Swedish goggles. This became the basis for the establishment of the two-person company Malmsten, where Margareta took on the role of CEO, while Tommy worked on identifying other swimming products in need of improvement. Tommy soon came up with an idea to solve another problem for the swimming club in Kristianstad. He wanted to find a solution that could partition off sections of the public pool and reduce the waves when competitive swimmers were training. Tommy had noticed a wave-reducing lane line in the USA and purchased a set for the public pool in Kristianstad. He realized that he could make these even better. Soon, he had convinced the Americans and started a collaboration that would last over 30 years. Malmsten's new and improved lane lines were first used at the Olympic Games in Montreal in 1976. And since then, Malmsten's lane lines have become a world leader and have been used at most international championships. Why? The reason is simple. The lane lines from Malmsten reduce the waves so much better that race times have been cut significantly. And in a sport where hundredths of a second are decisive, this has meant new records and increased interest. It was around this time that Tommy became the coach of the Swedish national swimming team, while he and Margareta also continued to run an increasingly successful business that helped swimmers to continually set new records. Prior to the Olympic Games in Barcelona in 1992, he pointed out to the International Swimming Federation, FINA, that the lane lines could be further improved with new specifications. This led to a revision of the specifications. The result was Malmsten Gold, which was later developed into Gold Pro, the lane line that is the standard at all major swimming championships such as the World Championships and the Olympic Games. In this way, Malmsten went from a kitchen table idea to a world-renowned producer of high-end pool solutions.